Hey, what's up you guys? So today I'm going to be giving my review on Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Okay, so before we start, I just wanted to bring up that I will have all the timestamps that you will need down below for really just all the pinpoints of things that I'm talking about. I got 5 things if you guys wanted to just go jump ahead, but I'm just going to start it off right here for you guys. Alright, so to start it off, I kind of wanted to talk about hotels. So our hotel was actually the Tranquilla Hotel. Now this hotel was actually really pretty. They had like green, it was a lot of like green accent stuff and a lot of green tiles. I just really liked it, honestly. It was actually, it kind of gave me a motel feel, just based on like whenever you compare it to all the other giant freaking hotels that were out there and all these different business buildings and stuff like that. So ours was kind of small and kind of maybe 2 minutes from the beach. It was actually a really nice location. We stayed 3 nights for about $380, and that's with tax. So that wasn't actually too bad of a price for our vacation stay. And keep in mind that the Tranquilla Hotel also allows you to check in as an 18-year-old, which is something that we had to do because typically a lot of those places out there actually only let you check in at 21. So this was a different location that allowed you to actually check in at 18. So it was really convenient. Also, they ended up having a Salvation Army that was nearby. So the rest of the food that we ended up buying through, I think it was Instacart, we ended up donating to the Salvation Army before we had left. So kind of felt like a good thing to do, you know, instead of leaving it there to just get it thrown away, because I figured that's probably what would happen. Honestly, I think that Salvation Army was contaminated, to be honest. We seen a raccoon over near the trash can. We seen a freaking, I think that there was somebody had a roach, not a cockroach, but a roach, and was just sitting there like with all the food and stuff like that. I don't know why, but you know, it was there. It's Florida, so who knows? Honestly, the pools were nice. It was actually not too bad. They had a lift for the handicap, which is really cool. Yeah, so that was kind of like, I guess, my review. And honestly, it was really nice because our road was closed. I think it was 𝑩𝒆𝒓𝒕𝒊𝒔𝒕 Road or 𝑩𝒆𝒓𝒕𝒊𝒔𝒕 Street was actually closed. So it was really nice. We just leave the hotel and we just go past this other really nice, I think it was like, I can't remember the name of the hotel, Paramount or something like that, something like that. But we ended up walking by that, and it was really beautiful. And from there, we would go onto the beach, and I guess that kind of jumps us into the next part, which is kind of the beach / the strip. We had gone during the day, in which case there is some really beautiful artwork actually out there. There's some this giant fish. It looks really dope, and it kind of just like becomes a bridge that goes over the entire road, and then it kind of goes onto the other side where the beach is at. So it was really neat how they had everything set up and whatnot. From there, there was a whole bunch of different vendors and stuff like that were selling like t-shirts and different stuff like that, which the reviews on some of those were pretty funny because a lot of them were actually scams. Simply, you buy a t-shirt for like $20 and then you have to get apparently the design put on it for $25 or something like that, and they don't tell you until after it's put on. I didn't deal with that, but I was reading reviews on it, and like everybody was saying it. There was like really not much as far as like food goes, like pharmacy wise or store goes, but restaurant wise, food wise, yes, there were so many. There were so freaking many. And so if you're a spender, then it's a great place to be right there on the coast. I was gonna bring up that on the beach it was really pretty. We actually ended up getting up at 6 o'clock, 6:30. Sun rose at like 7:20 or something like that. So we went out and we ended up getting to watch the sun rise, which is really, really cool. I've never seen it, you know, rise over the horizon and stuff like that. So that was really awesome to actually experience. But yeah, this kind of like leads me into the next part, which is people. There is a lot of people. And now I think that having a lot of people out there is actually I would say pretty much a good thing, because then you feel like a little bit safer. And I'm gonna have about just little different stories for you guys of different people that we met or met slash seen. I don't really know what you want to say, but for, I guess, you guys, you know, the guys out there, that it was really funny. We're walking there on like the strip, and we just kind of like came past this sign, and like me and my girlfriend, we both seen it at the same time, and then we looked at each other, and then like we both looked at it to like make sure it was real, and then we looked back at each other again. I don't know how we felt, but we ended up walking by, and we were like, whoa, let's talk about what we just seen. Essentially somebody with a giant fake ass, and like it was just so funny because we weren't expecting it, and like I didn't really like expect to see things like this, but I should have expected it, I guess. And so that was pretty funny, just because it just was out of nowhere. Also, talking about people here, homeless people are quite like it's something that you see quite a bit down there. There was also a dude that was hiding, or well, he wasn't hiding, he was more or less sleeping behind one of the bushes. It was kind of like catty cornered, but he was staying there, you know, staying the night, a free night at a hotel. But, you know, he's just behind the bushes on the rocks, you know. And I thought he was tweaking, because I did see him like shaking his head like crazy. I mean, he was just going like, you know, that's just not really cash money. But maybe to him, I don't know, it could be some hard stuff out there, man. I don't know. But speaking of hard stuff, we were just walking down, like, you know, the beach walk or whatever, and this guy, he out of nowhere, he's just like,
$40 sour diesel. You want some sour diesel?
No, this is just actually a quick tip for you guys, that whenever somebody is talking to you, okay, on the streets that you've never been on, okay, don't look them in the eyes. Just do not look people in the eyes. I'm serious. Don't put your head down, but just look past them. Don't look at them in the eyes, because whenever you do that, you create this, like, this is like something, you could look this up, this is a real thing, that people that look at each other in the eyes, you either have an easier time remembering that face, or it kind of makes you guys want to say something to one another. It's just something that happens, that whenever you make eye contact, you feel it, you see it, and you debate on whether you say something or if that person is going to say something before you. This sour diesel man over here, he was trying to sell us some weed for $40, and it was funny because whenever we were walking up, there was some people that were in a small group and they were smoking, and I was like, dude, those people definitely bought that guy's sour diesel, man. They definitely did. So we thought that was pretty funny, and we ended up also stopping by a Dunkin' out there, and this will kind of lead into the next part, which is transportation. But we ended up going out to Dunkin', and there was this, I think it's pretty cool the way that they did it. He was definitely homeless, and he was in there, and he was actually helping the workers, not behind the counter, but doing the trash and kind of just cleaning up the tables and stuff like that. He had a drink, and I'm going to presume either a half off or a free meal. So, you know, just for him helping and stuff like that, I gotta respect that man for at least letting him not loiter, because he's not really loitering, he's actually helping, but sticking around. So that was pretty cool. Whenever we were heading out, he ended up saying that
whenever you guys get older and you guys get married, you guys can come back down here and you can marry me.
I'm just saying, man, I'm not looking to marry this guy. I'm really not. And I don't think she is either, man. I really don't think so. Can I get a confirmation on that?
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day? Oh my god. Yeah, so this kind of leads us into the next part, which is transportation. Can't say it. But anyways, we ended up getting an Uber from our airport to our hotel. It was a little bit expensive. I tipped the Uber driver 10 bucks. She was right. She was really nice. The dude on the way back, and this was actually from our hotel all the way back to the airport whenever we were leaving. And we actually sat there and we talked about the stock market and different stuff like that. Crypto. He was telling me that he was very new to it. He was concerning the hell out of me because he was talking about stock options and he's new. I'm just saying, if you are into any investments and you are beginning, do not get into stock options, dude. Never get into options. And also he was telling me that he was taking a course, which is also terrifyingly concerning because a lot of those courses out there are typically scams. So just terrified me a little bit, just a little bit. We ended up using the Ubers. Ubers were pretty cool. And we ended up using Bcycle. Bcycle was $5 for every 30 minutes you were riding the bike. We ended up riding it for, I think it was about an hour, and hers was for some odd reason not capped at an hour. It's only 30 minutes, so we only paid 15, which was really nice. And we rode our bikes, and they were actually electric assist. That was dope as well. Actually never used an electric assist a bike, so that was pretty dope. And I was also gonna bring up that, dude, docs do lie, because we ended up going to a location that ended up saying that 6 docks were open, 2 bikes were there, right? We get there, 7 docks are open and 1 bike is there. Now we need 2 bikes because there's 2 people. We ain't gonna sit there and wait for a bike to just show up, and we ain't walking 15 minutes back the other way to grab a bike. So we were just shit out of luck. It was terrible. And we ended up walking 45 minutes through Venice, which was actually really freaking beautiful. It was really nice through there. And we ended up walking through there 45 minutes just to get back to our hotel, which was actually pretty cool. And there was, speaking of transportation, I kind of want to add a little bit of this and add a new category here, actually, just since we're talking about that, is the fun things you could do about it, the tourist attractions, right? So there was a lot of different things you could do on the water, which was pretty cool, like boat stuff, but we didn't really want to do that, so we decided to take our bikes all the way down to a Discovery and Science Museum. Pretty cool, actually. We did a whole bunch of different games that they have there, that are just kind of like pick your mind games and stuff like that, and just different like science things. Like there was this giant thing that you press down and a giant circle comes out, so that was pretty cool. It was only 10 bucks for each of us because we went there on a Tuesday, so that was pretty fun. All right, so from here I'm just gonna start talking about the food and stuff like that, so let's get into that part. Now, we actually never ate anything on the strip other than Cantina Taco Bell. I had to go to Taco Bell, dude. I am the embodiment of a Diablo sauce. I had to get my fix. We ended up going to the Cantina Taco Bell, playing some loud-ass Kendrick Lamar. It was kind of going hard. It was a nice, chill place to sit there and eat tacos, looking at the beach. Just beautiful view. It was just so gorgeous. I loved it. And by the way, the steps and everything going around up to it, the actual Taco Bell was just so freaking gorgeous, dude. It looked so beautiful. The artwork and everything, I just loved it. I just absolutely loved it. So after we ended up going to the Taco Bell, I think that was actually the first day. We ended up going to, eventually, I think this is the last day that we ended up going to the Cheesecake Factory. The Cheesecake Factory was, it was expensive, man. That was expensive. It was crazy expensive. $80, which I tipped the dude $14 for both of us to eat. So $80 plus tip for us to eat at the Cheesecake Factory. I'm not even joking, this was amazing food. You have to try the Cheesecake Factory. It was also extremely beautiful. It was a humongous place. The place was just way too big, but that's why I liked it. It was just a mansion of a freaking factory. We ended up getting some food there, which was actually really good. She got pasta noodles, and I had gotten this Korean spicy barbecue dish with like rice, and there was like these Asian vegetables and stuff like that on it. It was actually really freaking good. I guess as far as food, like, Instacart hooked us up. I would recommend Instacart. You can pretty much have somebody do a shopping cart list for your food, and they'll bring it straight to you. It's dope. It's actually super easy too. We had Dollar Tree food delivered to us because we didn't really want to eat out every single day, and it just didn't seem ideal to do that. I had a good time. I had a good time in Fort Lauderdale, and I also wanted to bring up that we actually kept this under a budget of $1,000. So we were able to get our plane tickets with JetBlue and Spirit, go to Tranquilo Hotel, stay there for 3 nights, and all under $1,000, while also having some nice travel fun, going to a science museum, eating really good, like at a cheesecake factory, having good Taco Bell, and just overall having a good time. And yeah, that's pretty much been it for this. And if you guys want to check out other videos that I do, I mostly do gaming. It'll be up in this corner right here where this light's at, right there. Also, before this video ends, I wanted to plug my other video that I ended up making, which was what I actually packed in my bags and stuff like that. So if you guys want to check that out as well, that'll also be in this corner right here. So if you guys want to see everything that I packed, and I kind of did it in hopefully a fun style with some nice camera stuff. So hopefully you guys will check that out and enjoy it, and hopefully pack your bags and literally fly for free. Other than your plane ticket, you literally fly for free if you just watch that video, dude. I'm serious. And that's been it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.